What happened today at the Etihad Stadium was one of those moments that make the Champions League the most unpredictable tournament in world football. Real Madrid, who had never beaten Manchester City at their home ground, pulled off an incredible comeback in stoppage time, securing a victory that could change the course of the season. And the most impressive part, it all happened in the final minutes, with Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham starring in the decisive moment. But wait, because this story has many more details, so stay until the end of the video to see everything that happened in yesterday's match. So if you love football and are a cool person who wants to help, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It would really help me a lot. Thank you. From the first whistle, it was clear that it would be a tense and balanced game. Real Madrid started well, attacking the spaces left by City, primarily with Vinicius Jr. The midfield was also well positioned, trying to prevent Manchester City from imposing their famous dominance with short passes and intense movement. However, City, playing at home and used to pressing opponents at the Etihad, began to grow into the match. Real Madrid managed to contain the English side's offensive momentum, but a small error was enough for Guardiola's men to take the lead. As has become tradition in these duels, any slip-up can be costly, and Real Madrid found themselves behind on the scoreboard once again. From there, the script for another epic Champions League night began. Ancelotti's team needed to react, and the intensity of the match increased. Real began to push for more attacks, knowing they needed a goal to stay alive in the game. Real Madrid's equalizer came in a way no one expected. Kylian Mbappé scored a goal with his shin, something incredibly rare for a player of his calibre. The play started with Dani Ceballos picking up the rebound from a free kick and crossing to Mbappé, who attempted to finish but accidentally struck it with his shin. The funniest part was the players' reactions. Instead of an explosive celebration, many laughed at the unusual situation. But a goal is a goal, and Real Madrid was back in the game. Manchester City regained the lead after a penalty was committed by Dani Ceballos. The incident was reviewed by VAR because there was doubt about whether the foul occurred inside or outside the area. In the end, the referee confirmed the penalty, and Haaland did not miss. It was the Norwegian's second goal of the match, an unprecedented achievement for him against Real Madrid. City had the advantage again, but there was still a lot of game left. The introduction of Brahim Diaz was a true turning point for Real Madrid. Just a few minutes after entering the field, Brahim took advantage of a quick play, seizing a rebound inside the area and sending the ball to the back of the net, levelling the score. Despite the importance of the goal, he showed respect for his former club and avoided an exaggerated celebration. But on the field, Real Madrid knew there was still time for something greater. In stoppage time, when it seemed the match would end in a draw, came the play that would change the course of the game. Vinicius Jr. stole the ball, and in an attempt to score, his shot didn't go as expected, and it looked like it was going wide, but then Jude Bellingham appeared, with his nose for goal to complete the play at the exact moment. It was a true shock for Manchester City, who saw a practically guaranteed victory slip away in the final seconds. Dani Ceballos experienced a rollercoaster of emotions during the match. After conceding the penalty that put Manchester City in the lead, the Spaniard looked visibly shaken, showing frustration with the mistake. But football always reserves twists, and the comeback in stoppage time completely changed the scenario. The historic comeback not only secured victory for Real Madrid, but also erased the guilt from the penalty, allowing Ceballos to leave the field with his head held high. One of the big surprises of the match was Raúl Asensio, a Real Madrid academy defender, who had to take on the task of marking Haaland. The young defender reminded many of Rudiger's performance last season, playing intensely and making life difficult for the Norwegian. From the start of the game, the clash between the two was intense. For such a young player, holding his own in a duel of this magnitude on a Champions League night is something that demonstrates a promising future. Without a doubt, it was a true test for Asensio, and he passed with flying colours. The comeback affected everyone. Ancelotti, usually more composed, celebrated with his coaching staff on the sidelines, feeling calm and relieved by his club's giant victory. On the other side, Guardiola seemed at a loss for answers, completely frustrated by what happened. He certainly did not expect this script for the game. Even before the ball rolled, Manchester City fans were already trying to provoke Real Madrid. In the Ultras section, a massive banner was raised, showing Rodri kissing the Ballon d'Or. accompanied by a phrase from Oasis, the famous Manchester band, adding an extra touch of provocation and a jab at their main target, Vinicius Jr. With each touch of the ball, Real Madrid's number 7 was targeted with hostility, but this only seemed to motivate him even more. During the match, Vini took the game into his own hands, created chances, tormented City's defence, and was decisive in the historic comeback. After the final whistle, the response came. While City fans tried to downplay Real Madrid's weight, Vinicius reminded everyone who rules the Champions League. In an emblematic gesture, he showed the cameras his fingers indicating the 15 titles the club has won in the competition. In addition to the perfect provocation, the Brazilian was named the man of the match, crowning a high-level performance. He not only responded to the taunts but did so in the best way possible, by playing well and being decisive. Regarding the provocations, let's see what Vini Jr. said after the match.
Vini, a gente viu tu ser vaiado muito aqui nesse estádio no início do jogo, aquele cartaz em referência à bola de ouro, como é que tu recebeu tudo isso?
Cada jogo é uma nova história, que eu posso mostrar meu potencial e tudo que eu venho fazendo dentro de campo. Nunca tive medo de nenhuma torcida, nunca tive medo de nada que acontece dentro de campo e a cada coisa que a torcida adversária faz, eu fico mais emocionado, eu fico com mais vontade de fazer gol e fazer uma grande partida. E hoje eu tinha muito claro o que eu tinha que fazer para ajudar a minha equipe. Ganhei o melhor da partida e espero seguir assim para ajudar a nossa equipe na volta.
A gente viu fazendo um gesto assim com a camiseta para mostrar um pouco da força do Real?
Ele já sabe, toda vez que ele joga contra a gente é muito complicado para os dois lados, mas nessa competição a gente sempre tem algo a mais e a gente espera a nossa torcida na volta para que eles possam nos ajudar e fazer uma grande festa.
Beyond the immediate impact, this comeback could be a turning point for the remainder of the season. Real Madrid comes out of this game strengthened, carrying the confidence that they can face any opponent in any scenario. And now the decision will be at the Santiago Bernabeu, a stadium where Champions League nights tend to be magical for the merengues. For Carlo Ancelotti, this victory also holds special significance. Even with absences and difficulties throughout the match, the Italian coach managed to get the most out of his squad and lead yet another historic comeback. This reinforces his importance at the club and shows that his experience in decisive moments makes all the difference. So, what did you think of this historic match? Leave your comment down below and make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and give a like so you won't miss any videos. This helps us a lot to continue bringing epic football content. Until next time.